Welcome to part 10 of Yakuza 0. And now we've got more weird shit. And it can't get any weirder than this sub-story, I can assure you that much. What looks like a normal spat between boyfriend and girlfriend actually is a lot worse than what you think. So, with that said, Kiryu just so happened to be walking up to these two, and they're pretty much arguing. And Kiryu is gonna have to fix this problem, obviously, because after all, Top-chan here is not man enough to confront the problem, or he'll just make the problem worse because his girlfriend then ran off. So, exactly, what do I mean by weird shit of Kamurocho? Let me assure you one thing, there are some weird things. But then again, in Japan, sometimes weird is accepted, if not all the time. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, this one actually does have some merit and actually has something worthwhile at the beginning of chapter 5. So bear that in mind whenever you think that some of these sub-stories don't mean anything, aside from, being with some of the prerequisites to getting the Amon family, because there are certain sub-stories you have to unlock before you get other sub-stories. So, doing them actually helps. And then there's some that you don't really need. Actually, no, they're all mandatory. Damn it, I was about to say there was some you don't really need to do, but they're all mandatory. Not only does doing a good number of them will give you completion points. I keep calling them character points. Doing a good number of them will give you completion points, but also, again, the Amon family will have to be dealt with, and more importantly, they will also help you out in later chapters. Now, I keep bringing up the Amon family, and there's a reason why, because unfortunately I'm not going to be able to do that due to the fact that, again, there are certain side quests that I have not completed yet, and it's too tough for me to do. So this isn't a 100% completion. I just want to point that out. Now, what I'm doing right now is also healing, because I just got finished getting out of a fight on the way to the girlfriend, but unfortunately I'm going to have to pass by Mr. Stop and Frisk. So, we're going to have to give him another medicine bottle. This time, he's going to let us go through, and we're halfway through. We just need to be stopped and frisked a little bit more, and we'll actually get his side story. Now, let me talk about the Amon family. The Amon family are a super boss that is really damn powerful, and if you do not have enough skills to beat them, yeah, you're going to get your ass kicked, plain and simple. And they always show up when you complete all the sub-stories. So anyway, we're here with Mina, yes. Mina is the girlfriend that just got finished arguing with Ta-chan. And you're about to see options that will pretty much make things a little bit awkward. Oh, it's even more awkward at the fact that she's talking about customers on a street corner. No, ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. Oh, Lord have mercy. Kids these days. I shouldn't jump to conclusions, but in order to find out what you're doing, you're going to have to say, this is all new to me. And more importantly, you could also ask how much. That's two things you can ask. Once you do, you get the story how shall I put this? You get pretty much a rundown of what's going on, somewhat. So, now at least we know that the girl is trying to at least show some sort of embarrassment. However, she asks the one question that's even more awkward than the fact of offering money. Top or bottom? Okay, folks. For those of you who have their mind on the gutter, I think we're pretty much all in the know as to what top or bottom means. That's pretty much the only two options that you need to choose. Middle won't get you anywhere. And oh wait, she said her what? Oh, yeah, this is also a thing as well. Well, I was about to say bottom is basically sexual position as well as top, but this is just bad. She is selling her underwear, her undergarments in general, because she's forced to. It's a thing called burusera. Now, I'm not sure if that's still a thing. I've heard rumors that burusera is a thing back in the day. I'm not sure if they're still doing that now. I mean, come on, Japan literally has dates in a concession stand, for God's sakes. This is weird beyond all recognition. But the thing is, she finds it to be weird too. And how does it get even weirder? Real simple. She's bullied into it. Who gets excited about selling their underwear? Or more importantly, bullies people into selling them their underwear? Ironically enough, then, well, aside from being called a pervert, so, just go for the middle option whenever prompted to, and she was about to just shoo him away. And Kiryu had to give her the third degree. Oh, trust me, she won't be the only jit we give the third degree to. So, with that said, we'll have to tell her that her husband, no, her boyfriend, Tachan, put us up to this. And he wants to know what the hell's going on. Because she's walking around with 200 yen in her, no, 200,000 yen in her purse. She's walking around with 200 yen, she's broke as hell. But 200,000? Yeah, I think that's about $200 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that is actually $200. Oh wait, let me rephrase that. $20,000. Yeah, I had to get that right. So, with that said, she does not want to do this anymore. Yeah. And now we're going to have to go and find the person responsible for putting her up to this. And some of the girls are willingly doing it for money, but others, they're just being forced to do it. Bullied into doing it. And the worst part is, they're bullied by a high school girl. And now comes the most important part. Sachiko. Pay attention to what Mina is saying, because people tend to find the wrong Sachiko. You want to try to find the girl in the description, and you want to make sure that you don't find some random girl as opposed to Sachiko. So we're gonna have to get information on Sachiko, and more importantly, find out what she looks like, which is the most important thing. And there's a reason why. Because if you find out what she looks like, then you won't be able to make the same stupid mistake twice. So one thing, Sachiko's location's in the hotel district. Another, she's talking about a school uniform. So the uniform in question is a white collar and a blue scarf. So, and she also wears a cardigan, and that's another thing you need to watch out for. Now, the funny part is, I think the PS4 version actually marks where Sachiko is. As a matter of fact, there she is. Well, she's not wearing a cardigan, but she does have a white collar with a blue tie. So you're going to have to talk to her and tell her shut down her business. Now, Sachiko will play an important role later on. We'll talk about that in just a little bit, but for right now, upon asking her, Sachiko will actually try to divert the questions and will ask some sort of thing in the question chains. Okay, something in the, dialogue chain. That's what I meant to say. Now, whatever you say to her probably won't matter. She'll just do things to try to keep the discussion going. And more importantly, she'll find a way to justify it. So you can say, think of your parents, or girls shouldn't do this. Or I think it's a health hazard. Either way, you're going to get a smart aleck answer from Sachiko. Like, for instance, Sachiko pulling fake crocodile tears. And she went there and fooled Kiryu. So yeah, this girl really, really has some sort of ego trip. And wait, why in God's name are you trying to mention men selling their underpants? I know it's weird in Japan, but pretty sure that men just don't randomly sell underwear. Okay, I could be wrong, because you never know what they're into. But there is one small little problem. If we decide to leave Sachiko, well, Sachiko's business is going to attract the wrong crowd. And by wrong crowd, I mean the resident ugly bastard. Oh God, I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. And this is the ugly bastard that is normally in hentai. Normally he has glasses, normally he barely has any eyes, but we all know where that came from. But yeah, now he's harassing Sachiko. And we're gonna have to actually regulate and stop this man from doing something completely stupid. Word of warning, you might want to do some training, because it's at this point that some of these characters will start getting a lot more powerful. So you might want to do some training, get some money, and more importantly, open up some areas. Well, not the training portions, because those you can't really help, but just open up some more areas in your abilities chain, or at least save up enough to at least increase your attack. Because these guys are going to start having higher defense later on, and it's really early in the game. So the ugly bastard's coming with the knife. And God forbid, she almost died that day. Hence that keyword, almost. Because, folks, Kiryu is not going to stand idly by while some moron pulls out a knife on someone, let alone a girl. So I would say for you to be careful, because here's the thing. Unless you actually gotten the second training from Miss Tatsu, this is going to be a tough one. And I'm going to tell you why it's going to be a tough one. The reason is, again, high defense. But more importantly, that guy's packing a blade. Now, if you don't disarm the guy from the blade, well, guess what? You're going to be taking some serious damage. One knife stab is all he needs to have you drop down on your feet and him actually hurting you. However, I'm actually doing a lot more damage because I managed to unlock my tree, so this will make things skills tree basically, so it'll make things a lot easier. But yeah, had he stabbed me, I'd have been falling on the ground, stunned, unable to get up. And now we need to save Sachiko's life. That means this sub-story is over. And by doing so, Sachiko will be showing up later on in Chapter 5 as one of the mini managers that you can rely on for the real estate king missions. And it looks like Mina and Tachan made up, so that means Mina will no longer be having to sell her bras and panties on the street. Because, thanks to the ugly bastard, Sachiko realized, hey, she has a life to live, and she wants to live it. So, now, Sachiko finally disbands the burusera business. Yeah, seriously, burusera. I can't even begin. Like, the bura as in buruma for underwear, and the sera as in the sailor suit. Which is why all the girls are wearing their uniforms doing this. Which could get them a lot of trouble if they get caught. Meanwhile, Sachiko is pretty much blatantly flirting with Kiryu. And only for Kiryu to not understand. But whatever the case, ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the main event. Miss Tatsu's training. Now, the thing about Miss Tatsu's training, it's sort of simple, simplistic, but at the same time, it can be hard. Excuse me one second, I'm starting to catch a cold. And a day later, I'm starting to feel a lot better. But anyway, we're going to go on ahead and get started with Miss Tatsu's training. Now, as soon as we're done with this cutscene, that is, we're going to begin and how this works. Just like with Kamoji's training, you gotta pay in order for you to start the training. On top of the fact, you have 2 practice assignments, and then you start shaking down people with money. Thing is, those assignments has some prerequisites. Primarily, you have to destroy a bunch of mannequins within the allotted time, on top of gaining enough money from the shakedown. that is required for you to do this. And those boxes that you saw are boxes that you could use to not only beat down the mannequins, but increase the amount of money you have. Although that money isn't necessarily going to you, it's basically to meet the requirement. And more importantly, where you actually earn the money is actually going for the person that needs to be collected from. So right now you have nothing more than silhouettes with their dukes up. But when we actually get to the real training, that's when it actually gets tougher. So, Miss Tatsu's training is going to be absolutely tough, without any doubt. But certain boxes you need to use to break these mannequins in order for you to get through the training. And yeah, I'm going to break all these mannequins up. Just give me a second here. Actually, I should be a little bit stronger than this. Apparently not. Oh, wait, that's right. This is just like a tutorial to see what you're doing. And the thing of the matter is, this is just for practice. The actual training session, you will be strong enough, or at least required to get enough strength from most of your styles in order for you to just get stronger while you're in heat mode. And that's the thing, you probably should have spent at least $100 million, because again, you get a free plate. Well, I didn't say a free plate, but again, you do get free money, or at least free plates, sorry, to deliver. I just said that. Okay, let me calm down for a second. I meant to say you get free plates to sell, so that way you will be able to start working on like Brawler and Rush and also Beast whenever you get them available. However, because of the fact that we weren't able to do too much because of the I would say ability tree, and I didn't actually put too much in there, well, now we're going to actually put something in there. So, with that said, bear in mind Miss Tatsu will also give you Tatsu drinks. And what those drinks do, they are supposed to, by all means, make you have full heat, and more importantly, the Tatsu drinks actually heals you as well. So there's like targets, 2 for each training mission. There's 2 targets, then you go after the shakedown for the training, and then it'll continue on until you do all 5 sessions of training with Miss Tatsu. And right now, as you can see, I am practically taking care of business here. Now, I am just also glad that I will not be running into a guy with a gun in this one, because it would be hard if you tried to do this low level. Oh, it would be excessively hard. I just want to point things out to you. Don't expect this to be easy. There are going to be guys with guns. And those guys with guns are pretty damn tough. Now then, let's hurry up and destroy this last mannequin and its last crate, and be done with it. Just a little bit more. We just need to break this dummy. And booyah! We got them all! And we got the target collection. So that just makes things even greater. And get used to it, because Tatsu's missions will start getting higher in revenue and harder for you to get early on. And after every complete mission, she'll give you the Tatsu band rank. Or Tatsu brand rank. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, we are done here. And I will see you all in the next episode of Cyberpunk 2077. Because I do believe we have one more side quest before we actually get started with the rest of the chapter.